Okay, so today I want to talk about levels and the different programming tracks that we have here at CrossFit Sandpoint. I want to first go over our function level. So I guess I should overview. We have generally, depending on what time of year it is, we have a function level, a performance level, and a sport level. I'm going to go over the function and performance levels today and leave the sport level for more of a private conversation between whoever that potential athlete and myself. So our function level programming is where everybody should start. The function athlete is going to be interested in body composition, a balanced strength profile. They're going to be worried about absolute strength, which is like moving heavier things at a slower pace. Generally in a continuum, you'll start with absolute strength and building good movement patterns, and then start to go faster and faster to what we call strength speed, speed strength, and absolute speed. So these people in the function group are going to be looking for absolute strength, and that doesn't necessarily mean they're gonna, like if you think absolute strength, you know, 1 RMs are the heaviest thing you can, but slowly you may think of something like a power lifter. But realistically, this is more moving well and moving loads, like moving what's for you a heavy load and moving that well, and not really worrying about the speed aspect of things. So it doesn't necessarily mean that we're trying to turn you into a power lifter. If you want to go that route, great. I think this is a great place to start, and we'll obviously go down a whole other path. But for most people, this is what they should be concerned about here. They'll be worried about an aerobic capacity. So less along the lines of like sprint technique, kind of similarly with the absolute strength. An aerobic capacity is just a base level of fitness or base level of conditioning fitness. So you could go and run a mile or 2 miles, or go for a hike, or go for, go ski, or just participate in your normal daily activities without getting winded or getting out of breath. And this will improve your cardiovascular function, your respiration, all those really good adaptations that will come from improving your aerobic capacity. We'll be working on spatial awareness, or they'll be interested in working on spatial awareness. In other words, like knowing how your body's moving and being more coordinated through general type movements. So, they'll get into things like doing lower box jumps, they'll get into things like doing handstands, and just kind of figuring out how their body moves in a more athletic type of a way. And what that'll allow them to do as they progress is to be able to recover from things if things go south as they move along their fitness journey. So, as athletes, so if you watch like a kid, they're gonna fall all the time. They're gonna run, they're gonna fall. They're gonna run, they're gonna fall. As you develop and get more comfortable with your movement and running, you're gonna fall less and less and less and less, because you may stumble, but you're gonna catch yourself. And so similarly here, when you're working with barbells and working with weight and working with other things, you need to learn how to catch yourself, so when you get to the higher levels, if you decide to get to the higher levels, that you're able to recover from those things without it going catastrophically wrong. The function athlete's going to be interested in more energy and less stress, and these two combine nicely in that as you start to really push the boundaries of your fitness and try and really, as you progress through those levels, if you really are trying to compete, trying to do things in that level, it's going to be more stressful on you, and it's going to decrease your energy outside of the gym in general. So the person in here is going to be more interested in their life probably outside of the gym than they are inside of the gym, and for that reason, or related to that, they're going to want to feel better outside of the gym, and they're going to want to reduce their stress. So what that all kind of compiles into, as far as some of the things that you'll find in this programming level, or that will make it different from the other ones, is that it'll be lower skill movements. So nothing crazy as far as like, muscle ups, or we will move into handstand push-ups from time to time, but they're not going to be required, or they're not going to be like expected necessarily. There will be no kipping, so no kipping pull-ups, no kipping handstand push-ups. And you can, you'll find people that'll argue that they're safe or that they're okay to do. They're wrong, especially for somebody in this level. Kipping is certainly carries in more inherent risk to do, especially when you don't have the absolute strength requirements that are developed while you're while you're developing the strength through, for example, the pull-up, the connective tissues that develop as well while you're doing strict pull-ups. So that could be a whole long conversation here, but fact of the matter is kipping is not required, especially, and that's another kind of like overarching idea here, is that we're not going to put, our reward is going to be more paramount to the risk here. So as far as like, we're going to do high reward, low risk type things in the function group. So even if, for example, somebody decided, okay, no, kipping's totally safe, it's great, the metabolic developments that are going to come from doing a strict strength development type pull-up will behoove the function athlete more than a kipping pull-up will. Again, go a lot further into that, but let's just leave it where it is. There'll be little maxing of weights or like, you know, really pushing those limits. So you're not going to find like a 1 rep max back squat necessarily in this. Maybe from time to time we'll do it, but it won't be like, you know, that will not be necessarily the like, you know, every 8 weeks we're not going to max. So maybe 8 rep maxes or 5 rep maxes or some multiple reps where you're going to try and find the heaviest that you can for 5 reps or for 8 reps, but probably not for a single rep. And then again, kind of an overarching idea here is more volume and less intensity. So what that means is more reps, so like reps of like 6 at the lowest, 8, 10, or 12, and lower intensity, so less heavy weights but for more reps. So that'll give you more practice with those reps, more hypertrophy, which will help metabolism, and more movement pattern practice. So again, kind of to sum all this up, it's really like the person that wants to look good, feel good, and move better in their daily life. And that there's no, you know, as I move over to discussing performance and talk about prerequisites, there's really no reason that people need to move out of function. Function is a great programming level for the rest of your life. You'll be able to achieve those things and progress and make strength gains and all these things that we just talked about, or I just talked about, for the rest of your life while staying in function. However, as you work through function, your goals and what are going to be prerequisites for doing performance, but your goals are going to be to back squat at least your body weight on the bar. So if you weigh 200 pounds, you should be looking to try and develop your body, or develop your back squat to be able to squat 200 pounds on the bar and beyond. But this is a good baseline, and this is going to be a good, what I want here for someone to move into performance is to get all of these, but I'll give them one freebie before they move on. So this would be, if you can achieve all of these things, and these things are somewhat in line, then you're gonna have a good balanced strength profile. So 1 times body weight, a rear leg elevated split squat, which is going to be 8, or which you should be able to do for 8 reps per side. With the limitations of this video, I can't really demonstrate that, but it's your back foot's up on either a box or a bench, and you're squatting with that single leg in front to below parallel and back up, 8 reps per side without needing any balance. Bench press to 75% for males and 65% of your body weight for females. You should be able to do 3 strict pull-ups or chin-ups, or 1 for males, or 1 strict pull-up or chin-up for females. You should be able to deadlift 125% of your body weight for males, 100% for females. You should be able to do a plank from your elbows or your hands. I'm not too partial with that, for 1 whole minute without any sagging. And you should be able to do a side plank for 45 seconds per side without any sagging. So again, this is all very balanced. Like this is, and what this function level will be designed to, especially if you look closely at it, will be designed to get you to these levels. So if you're not there yet, and you maybe wonder what you need to do to get there, just keep doing function. Make sure you're logging your workouts. Make sure you know how you're progressing through the strength work. Try and get here 3 to 5 days a week, and you will get to these numbers. I guarantee it. If you decide that you want to get a little bit more competitive, you can go into our performance level, or if you just want to, there are some more. What I said here, there's some higher risk, less reward things that we will not do in function. They are kind of fun. So kipping pull-ups are a lot of fun. Muscle-ups are a lot of fun. Handstand push-ups are a ton of fun. That said, they do carry a little bit more risk, but so do a lot of things that most of us enjoy doing outside of the gym. They're in that same boat. So performance is going to have more of those things. And so your goals or your a stated goal as a performance athlete is going to be, you want to get better at the sport of CrossFit. You may be looking to participate in the open and trying to improve your score or your placing from last year. You may want to do some local competitions. You may just want to get better at that's the performance aspect of CrossFit, and you may be more interested in that than the body composition thing. You're going to want to, in this performance level, you're going to want to push your athletic potential and your performance. You'll do that as well in function, but this will be paramount, again, to the body composition type stuff and balance than it is in function. It will be in performance. You're going to want to be, or they will want more strength speed and speed strength, which is the next thing on that continuum from the absolute strength over here. So once you get good at moving things slowly, then you can start moving them faster and faster and faster and faster, and really try and develop, like, moving barbells as fast as you can. Both in, like, for example, where an absolute strength would be like a deadlift, a speed strength would be a power clean, and then like a strength speed would be like multiple reps of fast power cleans. In this level, you're going to be interested in more competition, like I kind of touched on already, the open local competitions. And this will also, like I've said a couple times, touch on all the goals that are in function, but we'll weight towards a little bit more of the higher skill, less reward type movements. There'll be more weightlifting, which is related to the strength, speed, strength. You'll be doing more speed. You'll also, which I don't think I have listed up here, you'll be doing more. So you'll be doing aerobic capacity over here. You'll do a little bit of anaerobic capacity and some more like sprint-based type stuff work over here, which you really need to develop your aerobic capacity before you can start really developing that sprint stuff over here. So more speed, more anaerobic capacity. And conversed over there, you'll be doing less volume but more intensity. So where they may be doing, function may be doing 3 sets of 10, which is 30 reps. Someone in performance may be doing like 5 sets of 3, which is only 15 reps. But that weight should be much heavier, so it'll be more intensity than this, which will be a lighter weight, so less intensity. Hopefully that answers questions about that. If you have questions on any of the stuff, as far as which group you should be in, where you're at, if you want to talk about doing the sport program, or potentially either the weightlifting program or the mountain athlete program or some of the other things that we do from time to time throughout the year, please don't hesitate to ask. There's no, there's no personal judgments or anything, of course, so if you feel like, oh, I'm not sure if I'm ready, that's exactly why you should come talk to me. We'll walk through it and go and develop or figure out a plan for where you want to go. If you're not sure where you stand, if you feel like you're missing some of these things and you're not sure what to do about it, again, come talk to me and we'll figure that out. All right, thanks for watching.